My name is Chris Nichols. I'm the founding master of Wellington College in Bangkok.
Question one is, what factors should parents considering when choosing international school?
The most obvious factor, I guess, is cost. You have to consider cost. But when considering cost, I would say you should always look for the best that you can afford, because quality does depend almost completely on how much you pay. The more you pay, the better the quality. That's unfortunately a fact of life. Another consideration, of course, is what system you're using. I guess in English language-based international schools there are a number of different systems. The British system is probably the most consistent and well understood, because we almost all base our teaching on the national curriculum for England, and then GCSE or IGCSE examinations age 16, and then either A-level or IB diploma at age 18. That's a very kind of standard basis for education, which works very well. And of course ours is a British school, so I recommend that very strongly. Having said that, there are some very strong American schools, there are some very strong all through IB schools. So even more important than the system, I would say, is the quality of school itself, the quality of teachers. So if I were a parent looking for a school, there'd be many important things, but the one most important for me would be how well the teachers are going to work with my child, how well the teachers are going to be able to teach and support the learning of my child. I think that comes down as the actual number one most important factor.
And compare with the other systems, what's the advantages to British system education?
Well, as I say, one of the big advantages is that we have a very reliable and well understood curriculum, which is supported in many, many ways. So when you have British school, you generally have British trained teachers, and our teacher training in the UK is a very strong teacher training system. And what that means is that teachers come out with a common understanding of educational philosophy. In my job, easier to run the school because basically we are all moving in the same direction. So that works very well for schools. Another advantage of the British system is because there is always going to be a strong British school, at least one strong British school in any major city in the world. In the case of Bangkok, there's about 6 of us. So wherever you go in the world, you are always going to be able to find somewhere to plug your child into without too much difficulty. And because our system it's not regimented, but it's well organized, the jump from one school to another will not be particularly difficult to do. Those are two very good reasons. Another reason I would say is that some of the best universities in the world are in the UK, particularly, as everybody knows, Oxford and Cambridge, but some others as well. And our curriculum is designed to get you into universities like that. So, it's very well organized if you want a top quality education.
When a school is open a new upper grade class, there must be some worrying from the parents. How can a school be believed by parents that it will provide quality education in the short term?
Of course, I've been asked that question many times, and for me, opening a new school, when I compare my experience with the experience of my friends who run other schools, maybe schools which have been in existence for a long time, I find it not more worrying but easier to get top quality education right from the beginning. Because when you're running a school that's been around for a long time, it's very difficult to make change in any old organisation.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're starting a new organisation, you put in place the best possible things you can for today and tomorrow without having to worry about the past.
Yeah.
So I have the opportunity to put everything exactly the way I want it in place for the education of our students for today and tomorrow. For me, that's a big advantage. Of course, our school is new, but our teachers have not just been born, they have worked in other schools, they have experience. They've all done it before. The only people that haven't done it before are the students. As a school, we have many, many hundreds of years of experience if you add all of the teachers' experience together. So again, there is no particular danger in a new school. I have many years of experience of getting children through exams at the highest level and into university at the highest level. So again, for me, there is no worry whatsoever. Another advantage of our school is that we are not a school on its own. So I have Wellington College in Bangkok, my friends running Wellington College schools in China, of course my friends running Wellington College in England. We are in communication all the time, and the teachers are in communication. So if I have a set of history teachers and they have a question in their minds or from one of their students about something in history, and they want to have a conversation with teachers from Wellington College in the UK, it's very easy for them to do. So we have the total knowledge, the total understanding, the total experience of not just our school, but of extremely powerful school in the UK and extremely successful school in China. So there is no lack of knowledge, understanding, ability and experience in our school. And as I say, I would, if I were a parent, I would have huge confidence in that.
As you mentioned, there are many campuses in China and in England and in Bangkok. I think there are 3 campuses in China, right?
Currently, so we're just about to open some more, but yeah, Tianjin was our first, Shanghai, and then Hangzhou.
The parents will considering about if there are some differences between this campus and China's campus and England's campuses.
Yeah, there are differences because at heart, Wellington College is an independent school. And in the UK, private schools are called independent schools for a reason, because we are fundamentally independent. In other words, we think for ourselves, we make decisions for ourselves. And it wouldn't make sense if an independent school from England then created a set of schools which were not independent because they were doing what they were told. So we are a group of equals. We don't all make the same decisions, but we maintain the same level of quality. So our school in the UK was opened 160 years ago, 162 years ago. And it's been around for all of that time. It was designed and built in the middle of the 19th century. I would not build a school in the 21st century with the same design as Queen Victoria asked for in the 19th century. It wouldn't make sense. The world has moved on. So we have designed our school for the best kind of education, again, for today and tomorrow in this context. That's a difference between here and the UK. It's a difference between here and China, because Bangkok is not Shanghai. The weather is different, the climate is different. Tianjin, extremely cold in the winter. It's never cold here. So the way you design, the way you create the school, and the students who come to the school are never going to be the same in different locations. So for us, we are as independent as we need to be to get the best possible education for the students that we have. But the thing which links us together is the very deep philosophy of education and the absolute commitment to the highest quality.